Common note number 12. Divine Quran, no killings without Allah's permission, no conversion 1. Verse number 190 of chapter 2 Inter Alia states, one should fight for the cause of Lillahi Creator, Sabilillahil, against wrongdoers, but should not commit any excess. Innallaha Creator does not permit any excesses on others. Verse numbers 190 to 194 of chapter 2 may be read together and understood in their correct perspective. The wrong referred to in this verse is the persistent wrongful occupation of Kaaba. Rabbi Creator has declared that illegal occupation as a wrong. However, in a civil society, laws of the land have that obligation to declare wrong only. In Divine Quran, Rabbi Creator does not permit use of undue or avoidable force on others. Killing was permitted only in certain circumstances set out in verses of the scripture. Relevant verses on the subject matter are verse numbers 193 and 194 of chapter 2. These verses are not of general application. A useful reference may be made inter alia to verse numbers 125 to 127 of chapter 2 where the house of Rabbi Creator is dealt with. 2 verse number 191 of chapter 2 inter alia states, those who had turned them out from the place should be ousted from that place, and they may be slain. To be persecuted is not to be tolerated, and slaying of such persons may be resorted to. Do not fight with them in the sacred mosque, Masjid al-Harami, Kaaba, or near the said mosque unless the intruders fight from within the mosque or near it. Such persons have to pay for their such a misdeed which tantamounts to disobedience, kafirin. 3 verse number 192 of chapter 2 Inter Alia states, but if they, intruders, desist, they vacate the sacred mosque and desist from forcible entry, they should be spared. Innallaha Creator is just and fair. 4 verse number 193 of chapter 2 Inter Alia states, they should be fought against until their wrongdoing stops and the fair and just position is restored, and thus justifying Lillaha Creator. Thereafter, mutual hostilities should be discontinued except for those who continue to persecute. 5 verse number 194 of chapter 2 Inter Alia states, what has been prohibited or in the prohibited month or as an act etc., the reaction has to be accordingly. Therefore, aggression may be resisted with aggression, but keep in view that Lillahi Creator does not like excesses. Verse numbers 190 to 194 of chapter 2 may be read together and understood in their correct perspective. The sacred place house of Rabbi Creator, Kaaba, mentioned in Arabic as Indal Masjidil Harami in the above verse was got constructed by Rabbi Creator as his house through Prophet Abraham many decades before Prophet Muhammad. Verse number 125 of chapter 2 states, he required of Abraham and his son Ismail to have the house sanctified consecrated as his house, Baita in Arabic, Kaaba. 2 verse number 97 of chapter 3 states, the above place, Kaaba house of Rabbi, built by Abraham is the house of Lillahi Creator, is a place for retreat, security, pilgrimage. Between the lifetimes of Prophet Abraham and Prophet Muhammad, many persons, pagans and disbelievers in Rabbi Creator had illegally occupied the house of Rabbi Creator, Kaaba, Indal Masjidil Harami, referred to in verse number 191 of chapter 2. See in Divine Quran, Number of verses in different chapters relate to the times when Kaaba, house of Rabbi Creator, had been wrongly occupied by some persons. Rabbi Creator specifically ordered Prophet Muhammad to have Kaaba, house of Rabbi Creator, vacated. Prophet Muhammad was also ordered to disallow re-entry of those illegal occupants after they had been evicted from Kaaba, house of Rabbi Creator. Prophet Muhammad was also ordered to weaken those people by attack on them and or in their territory so that they do not ever think of even reoccupying Kaaba, house of Rabbi Creator. For these three objectives, Prophet Muhammad fought 3 battles in which Rabbi's Creator's angels helped Prophet Muhammad to defeat those illegal occupants of Kaaba, house of Rabbi Creator. Mention of vacation of Kaaba, house of Rabbi Creator, and related battles has been made in several chapters of Divine Quran. These 3 battles mentioned in Divine Quran are I. Battle of Badr, 2. Battle of Uhud and 3. Battle of Hunayn. The killing of the illegal occupants has been referred to in some of verses including verse number 191 of chapter 2. This provision prohibits killing of humans. However, Divine Quran permits killing under specific conditions and situations. In Divine Quran, no permission has been given by Rabbi Creator for killing any human being for any cause except the situations stated above. 14 verse number 80 of chapter 4 states, persons who follow the messenger's apostles, follow Allah Creator. Those who refuse to follow the messenger's apostles, they should be left alone. Apostles' messengers have not been sent to chase such people. 15 verse number 93 of chapter 4 states, if a person intentionally kills a person who is obedient to and believer in Billahu Creator, then the punishment is hell for such a person and he will suffer his wrath and be punished. The above verse should be very clearly understood by everyone. This verse clearly declares that if a person believes in and obeys Rabbi Creator, he should not be killed at all. Such a person may be a Jew, a Christian, a Shia, a Sunni, Ahmadiyya, a Mohammedan etc., or anyone else who believes in only one Creator Rabbi, by whatever name called, cannot be killed except on the peril of abode in hell along with his wrath. The above verse will almost cover 99% of the world population. 16 verse number 94 of chapter 4 states, nor have the object of material gains while on his cause. 17 verse number 115 of chapter 4 states, if a person disputes with the messenger apostle about the paths ways given in the revelations and to follow a path contrary to the revelations, then such a person will be left to follow his path by Rabbi Creator. 18 verse number 33 of chapter 5 Inter alia states, for those who wage a war against Allah Creator and His messengers apostles and create turmoil and unrest on in the land, they are liable to be exiled. The punishment may include killed death, qatl, crucifixion, cutting off hands and feet from opposite sides. This will be their punishment on this earth. However, they have to get severe punishment hereafter at the end of life. 19 verse number 29 of chapter 18 states, Rabbi's Creator's revelations contain the true guidelines. If he wants to believe or if he does not want to believe, should be left to do what each like. 20 verse number 39 of chapter 22 states, believers in Innallaha Creator do not have the permission to wage a war, fight a battle except when the believers are being oppressed. In such a war for justice, Innallaha Creator will assist them. 21 verse numbers 2, 3 and 6 of chapter 109 state, He, Nabi, does not serve whom they serve, nor do they serve him whom he serve. They shall have their faith. He shall have his faith. 22 verse number 256 of chapter 2 states, Faith, Deen, is not a matter of compulsion. Clear guidelines have been provided. A person should not be misled. A person who has faith in Billahi Creator, he has a steadfast support. Wallahu Creator sees and knows everything. 23 verse number 188 of chapter 7 states, Further, he said that his duty was only to advise and guide the people and to inform them about the revelation of Quran to him. It was for the people to follow his guidance or not. 24 verse number 29 of chapter 18 states, Rabbi's Creator's revelations contain the true guidelines. If he wants to believe or if he does not want to believe, should be left to do what each like. It may be stated without hesitation that except as stated in the above quoted verses, permission to kill a human has not been given by Rabbi Creator in Divine Quran. A careful reading of Divine Quran shows that words like Jahidu, Jihada, Jihadin, Jihadin Fii Sabilillahi, Jahadu Fii Sabi Lillahi, Jahda Fii Sabi Lillahi etc. have been used only for efforts of persons for the cause of Rabbi Creator. These expressions have not been used generally to cover any efforts. Further, the expression cause of Lillahi Creator, Sabilillahi, has been confined to construction of his house, Kaaba, and vacation of his house, Kaaba, which had been wrongfully occupied by some persons. Contents of Divine Quran are for the benefit of the followers of Divine Quran. One may also see verse numbers 95, 100 of chapter 4, verse numbers 4, 7 of chapter 47, verse numbers 10 and 11 of chapter 57, verse number 17 of chapter 64 etc. The above quoted verses clearly debar any territorial expansionism or religious conversion of faith. Both such actions are likely to involve killings, as shown by past history of one community society trying to overpower another. Community society living in different parts of the world or even the same place. History of early medieval Hindustan, 700 A.D., has it that Mir Qasim was the first Mohammedan attacker on a part of the then Hindustan. Mir Qasim attacked territory of others. 2. Killed men, women and children. 3. He compelled many persons to become Mohammedans. The then Khalifa of the Middle East recalled Mir Qasim, and he was sentenced to death. Obviously, Mir Qasim had grossly violated 3 vital principles of Divine Quran. Verse number 116 of chapter 3 states, For the disobedient in Minallahi Creator and not following the guidelines principles given in book, they are to be in hell to face the fire. Why this indifference of Mohammedans to correctly reading and understanding the Divine Quran, particularly when many verses thereof lay down penalties? For example only, verse number 174 of chapter 2 states, Those who hide or misinterpret any part of the revelation made in writing, book will be swallowing the fire on the day of judgment.